Amnesia is a rare condition that is defined as a partial or total loss of one's memory, usually resulting from a psychologically or physically traumatic experience. Amnesia can be classified within 4 different categories. These include anterograde amnesia, retrograde amnesia, dissociative amnesia, and infantile amnesia. Anterograde amnesia is when a person cannot recall events that occurred after the amnesia sets in. This means that while certain memories like childhood memories are generally unaffected, they have difficulty recalling recent events to their long-term memory, like what they had for breakfast. Retrograde amnesia is when a person cannot recall events that occurred before the amnesia set in. Retrograde amnesia is the opposite of anterograde amnesia, as they can remember recent events but have trouble recalling events from before the amnesia. People with this type generally go through an identity crisis as they cannot remember who they were before the amnesia. This is the most commonly talked about type in movies and books. Dissociative amnesia is described as a person passing through a temporary trance-like state in which they cannot remember important personal information. This type can occur as a result of a person viewing a violent crime or grave accident. This can be categorized into subtypes where a person cannot recall only the accident or, in more severe cases, their whole life. The last type, infantile amnesia, is when a person cannot recall early childhood memories. The cause of anterograde amnesia is mainly due to a brain injury as a result of a serious accident. This could be anywhere from a car accident to a sport accident or more. Retrograde amnesia can also be caused by a brain injury, along with certain diseases like severe cases of meningitis or exposure to carbon monoxide. Dissociative amnesia is primarily caused by overwhelming stress due to experiencing certain traumatic events like war, abuse, accidents, or disasters. Infantile amnesia is caused when certain parts of the brain, like the prefrontal cortex, do not form soon enough in the early stages of childhood. There are common signs and symptoms of amnesia that can help you decide if someone you know is suffering from this condition. These symptoms include headaches, dizziness, nausea, confusion, difficulty recalling previously learned information, difficulty learning new things, depersonalization in which the affected person feels detached from one's body or thoughts, and in some cases, sensitivity to light and temperature. Although amnesia can sometimes be difficult to diagnose as it has very similar symptoms to other head injuries, there are a few tests that doctors can use to determine whether or not a patient is experiencing amnesia. Doctors can perform certain neuropsychological tests on patients that are simple though can take hours to complete, in which the patient is given activities that test if each part of the brain is functioning properly. If a test comes up that the patient's memory is affected, it can be narrowed down to amnesia. An example of this is the word memory test that measures verbal and non-verbal memory. Doctors may also do an MRI scan to determine whether amnesia is the case or not. Unfortunately, there is no actual treatment for amnesia. There is nothing that will bring back a person's memory. It'll only take time to heal. A person's brain is unpredictable. It could take days, months, or years to get their memory back. In more severe cases, a person's memory never comes back and they must make new memories for themselves. Amnesia can affect everyone. Everyday life can be extremely difficult for someone with amnesia. In certain cases, people could forget who they are as an individual. They could forget their hobbies, interests, likes, dislikes, and most importantly, their relationships with family and friends. On the other hand, family and friends can be greatly affected as well. Although in some cases it could be a fresh start from a rocky road, it could also be a relationship loss that must now be reset from the beginning. Amnesia is a rare but serious condition that can greatly affect someone and the people around them. Although there are no available treatments at the moment, there is hope that by the help of scientists and researchers, no one will have to live with the effects of amnesia in the future.